Welcome, you guys. This is EB Crypto. Welcome to another video. Erick, Brent, Family Cash Machine, follow the money. And right now we got some breaking news about the banks being shut down. Several banks over the last couple of weeks have had a lot of issues and problems with people's funds, with the ATM, also with their debit cards or just their apps. And so there's been tens of millions of people affected by this, and it hasn't really been on the news that much. And this is what I've been warning you guys about for years now, as using more of a decentralized network instead of using a centralized bank all the time for all your transactions. This is a disaster waiting to happen. Okay, now, bank systems were down in 7 countries. 7 countries on the 1st of October. So imagine the bank systems going down on the 1st, and now you can't make your rent on time. You can't make your car note on time. And now you have to incur late fees that's not even your fault. Credit card payments on time. You couldn't make credit card payments on time. So the systems were down, like I said, in 5 continents and in 7 countries. Right here in the United States, Bank of America, thousands of people, of customers claim outages on their bank. Thousands of people claimed that the app wasn't working, the ATM wasn't working, and their bills were due. This is a disaster, okay? And also, we had many say that even after the system was back up, it still wasn't working right. There were still functions that they could not do. And in New Zealand, there was, in the last week, lockdowns. They locked down for the last week in New Zealand because of the COVID. And the bank, Kiwi Bank, in New Zealand, wasn't working. They couldn't get the payments going. So imagine being locked in a house. You can't move around because of, lockdowns, and you can't even use your app to transact and do transactions and pay bills. That's a disaster. And so this is a huge problem around the world. It's centralized banking. I've been talking about this for years, and they claim that this was due to DDoS attacks. And I'm like, oh, that don't make sense to me, because you're telling me the DDoS attacks affected 7 continents? I don't think so. And I know banks are running out of money. I know that a year ago, 2 years ago, the Federal Reserve were bailing out the banks. They were doing this repo thing. They were making sure they had the money to be able to do transactions. They never have all the money that people, deposit, but they were just trying to make sure that they were okay. Okay, so now we have New Zealand Bank, a Commonwealth Bank, the ANZ Bank. We have so much going on with these banks, and there's been a lot of problems, and they claim that the hackers inundated the system with millions of bots. I don't believe that. Okay, then we had over 24, the US and New Zealand, not alone in all of this. You got the UK, you got South Africa, you got Venezuela, Japan, and even the Mexican banks were affected by these shutdowns that I believe have nothing to do with hackers. That's too much for them to do simultaneously around the world. This is a bug in the system, or either it is no money, and they just want to tell you anything. There's no money in the system. These systems are colliding, they're collapsing. We've been warning you guys of this for years now. Okay, the BBVA Bank of Mexico said that it went down because of system update. Now, which one is it? Is it a system update, or is it hackers or DDoS attacks? Which one is it? Because it's not making sense to me. Again, this is affecting the global world in a very bad way. And coincidentally, today, November the 4th, Facebook, WhatsApp, and all those go down. Interesting. Because these apps can create runs on the bank. When people have problems and issues with their account, they can, in seconds, start texting, start blogging, and it can create disastrous economic repercussions. We're not going to get into all of that right now, but I just wanted you guys to see, you need to start taking some of your value out of banks. It's okay to have some in the banks to pay your bills, but you want the majority of your value in cryptocurrency, because the system cannot touch it. They cannot negatively affect it. You are in 1,000% control of your value, and nobody can disrupt it. You don't want to be in a situation where they can hit one button. This is the problem in centralized systems. One button can shut everybody out the system. Or let's say it was hacked. A hacker could hit the mainstream of the bank system and shut down everybody in the world. I don't want to be a part of a system like that. I don't want that to be my main source of transactions. I don't want that to be my main source of where all my value is at. So you guys need to come to the family capture so we can start teaching you guys, because economics, banking, transactions, centralization versus decentralization are very imperative subjects that you need to learn, or you're going to get caught up. You're going to get caught up and you're going to be, you're going to have no recourse. And so again, you guys, like and subscribe to our channel, follow us on YouTube, and I want you guys to start taking classes, because we don't just talk about crypto. We talk about money, how to define money, what gives crypto value, all these different things that most people in crypto don't even know. We teach you guys economics on a level, not that boring stuff, but we teach you this stuff that I'm talking about on how you don't want to have all your value in a bank. We teach you guys how to diversify your portfolio and have value spread it out in areas where nobody controls it but you. Wow. That's what we're about in the Family Cap Machine. And only through that way can we create generational wealth. We can't create generational wealth if we're relying on governments to hold our value all the time. Because if you look throughout history, time and time again, governments have seized gold, they've seized accounts throughout history, and they've also crashed currencies. So you don't want to be a part of that. You want to start learning how to separate yourself from the matrix. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign out. This is Erick, Brent again. Like and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.